Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to week 6 of the WWE World Cup Tournament, where we're going to finish off the round of 16 here tonight live at WWE Live. And out first, after defeating the likes of Charlie Dempsey in the first round, looking to move on in the second round and get to the quarterfinals. It's NXT's Mad Dragon representing Russia. It's Ilya Dragunov!
The following is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Moscow, Russia, weighing in at 210 pounds, Ilya Dragunov!
Welcome to the show, folks. I'm Callum, otherwise known as the KO King. Welcome to KO Productions and welcome to the WWE World Cup Tournament for this. It's WWE 2K26 Universe Mode Episode 78. And it's going to be one hell of a night here at the World Cup Tournament. Round of 16 going to be absolutely obliterated. We're going to make it go down at 8. And the quarterfinals will be beginning next week. We already know 2 quarterfinal matches we're going to be seeing next week in the form of America's Chad Gable taking on Australia's Big Bronson Reed, and the other one being Nigeria's Obafemi taking on the Netherlands' Alistair Black. Going to be a great night next week. What are the other 2 matches going to look like? We find out tonight as the quarterfinals is going to take shape for next week here at the World Cup Tournament. Ilya Dragunov, former NXT Cruiserweight Champion, former NXT Champion for a hot second until Ethan Page cashed in his jackpot ladder match contract he won earlier on the same show to spoil Ilya Dragunov's moment and even beat him in the rematch a number of weeks ago here on NXT. So let's see if Dragunov can get his win back and get all the way to a rematch with Page, perhaps by maybe winning this entire tournament. But standing in his way tonight, representing Ghana, representing the New Day, and representing SmackDown, it's Kofi Kingston. Kofi Kingston then defeating Nathan Frazier of Jersey in the first round here in this tournament. And last night he was a part of SmackDown in a triple threat tornado tag team contendership matchup to see who can maybe go one step closer to face the War Raiders for the tag team gold at SummerSlam. He was in there with FTR and the eventual winners Solo Sikoa and Tawatonga, the MFTs, who will be facing the Usos next week on SmackDown. The winner of that challenge in the War Raiders for the World Tag Team titles, the biggest party of the summer, SummerSlam. But right now it's Kofi Kingston making his way to the ring, looking for another victory over another NXT star like he did in the first round. Wants to beat another one this time, and a former Double Crown champ, Ilya Dragunov. Gonna be a fun matchup as NXT and SmackDown gonna collide here in the first round of, the second round of the World Cup Tournament to see who will maybe advance into the third round of said tournament. Remember, got a time limit, 15 minutes. If it goes to a draw, both men will advance, making it a triple threat in the quarterfinals. Here we go then, ladies and gentlemen. What a way to kick off the night here at the WWE World Cup Tournament. Let's waste no further time and get straight into the action. Round of 16 matchup getting us going. Here we go, man. Let's get to war. The crowd ready for this one, as is the Mad Dragon, Ilya Dragunov and Kofi Kingston. 15-minute time limit set referee. Gonna ring the bell. It's John Cone assigning the duties as he gets this matchup signed, sealed, and delivered. Here we go. Dragunov and Kingston. Is Kingston gonna be 100% after that tornado tag match he competed in last night? Can Ilya exploit that, or will Kofi and his veteran instincts be able to carry through a great win here against Dragunov? Lock up here by these 2 superstars. Dragunov now grabbing the wrist of Kofi Kingston. Wrist lock now, arm wringer on Kofi. Kofi now gonna fight through the pain here as Dragunov grabs him into a headlock now. Kofi Kingston in a world of hurt, but now Kingston able to push him off, and Kofi now at big time flapjack face first. Goes Ilya Dragunov as Kofi chanting New Day by the crowd tonight. And the World Cup Tournament very much on the side of Ilya Dragunov tonight at WWE Land. It's arm wringer now by Kofi Kingston. Dragunov able to turn it around. They want Ilya to get that story done. They want Ilya to get that NXT Championship back. He has failed to do it against Ethan Page in the matchup they had since Page cheated, but maybe Dragunov can somehow win this entire tournament, which is going to be a tough thing to do. He can get another shot, but he's going to get past Kofi Kingston right here, right now, and Dragunov now waist lock on Kofi, cinching that in tight. John Cone observing the scenes here. As Ilya Dragunov now, getting caught by Kingston, and now it's Kofi. Going to take him out now, grounded headlock on the canvas. Now Dragunov getting back to his feet, but Kingston still got that headlock cinched in tight here on Ilya Dragunov. Kofi Kingston wrenching away on Ilya. Now look at this, more wrenching by Kofi. Time and time again, the man Dragunov. Now Kofi Kingston all getting whipped up again by Dragunov, and Dragunov, look at that! And Ilya Dragunov off the back body drop now with a flipping neck breaker, and now follows it up with this running senton. Covered by Ilya to advance in the quarterfinals. Cover 2 now. The winner of this will be facing the winner of Rusev and Kyle O'Reilly coming up later on tonight in the quarterfinal rounds. Cannot wait for that one now. Big shot now from Ilya Dragunov, and now it's Dragunov. Nice kick. No Kofi caught, and Kofi Kingston now. Look at that. Running shot there on Ilya. Now Kofi Kingston able to turn the tide. Flipping neck breaker. This time now I see a Dragunov. Talking about turning the tide and talking about anything you can do, I can do better mentality. Kofi Kingston seemingly thinking that here in this one against Ilya. But Dragunov catching the boot of Kingston and dropping him face first into the canvas. Now Ilya Dragunov, what a knee on the temple with the brace and all sorts. Believe Kingston may have been busted open after that shot as he's rolled to the outside trying to regroup here, but I don't think Ilya Dragunov is in the mindset of letting his opponents regroup, but he's not at all. Tope suicida by Dragunov, sitting Kofi to the floor. Hitting hard on the floor that time. An Irish whip back in. Sending Kingston, Ilya Dragunov the top rope, Kofi back on his feet, Dragunov cross, body the cover, hook in the leg, shoulders down, Ilya for the win and go to the quarterfinals. Kingston able to survive at 1, says John Cone that time. Dragunov running jumping senton, and a big time knee strike on the top of the head with that brace to do more damage to the temple that was already executed by Dragunov on Kingston, but I believe Ilya's now been busted open. And that floor over DDT by Kofi. When is there not a matchup where Ilya Dragunov is busted wide open, ladies and gentlemen? As right now Kofi Kingston goes right for him. Shot after shot on Ilya is now big time. Now uppercut by Kingston. And a sliding drop kick in the corner on Ilya Dragunov. Kofi stomping away on the back end of the cover, shoulders down on Ilya. They got the quarterfinals. Kick out at 1 by Dragunov. Very resilient, very persistent here in this one tonight. Kofi Kingston now heading up middle rope here. Kofi went for a DDT from middle rope maybe, or a clothesline, but Dragunov going to catch him with a Constantine special. That's how you do a damn clothesline. My goodness. And now Ilya Dragunov going to pick up Kofi and send him into the corner, and Dragunov running in through with a steam with a clothesline. Dragunov now back at him now second time and sends Kofi down hard on the canvas, right back up though. Dragunov Irish up, sends him into another corner, runs in with a big time knee strike, and I've seen this from Ilya. Kofi absolutely dazed in the corner. Ilya Dragunov now, the top rope, scaling up. Kofi Kingston doesn't want to be on the receiving end of that. Ilya Dragunov blowing a kiss goodnight, and the coast to coast connecting on Kingston. Halfway across the ring with a drop kick by Dragunov. Into the cover, hook in the leg, shoulders down, and go to the quarterfinals here. Scoring 1, there's 2, kick out by Kingston as 5 minutes have elapsed. And the WWE World Cup Tournament opening matchup tonight in the round of 16. Who will be going to the round of 8 in the quarterfinals? Kingston got Dragunov against the ropes. He's going to send them to the outside of the ring, and it seems like maybe Kofi Kingston looking to fly. Dragunov did it early. Now it's Kofi's top of the top. Big Cardinal over the top. Beautifully executed by Kingston. My days. Ilya slowly getting to his feet on the outside. Kingston over the trust fall off the apron. Springboard from the middle rope, trust fall by Kofi. And now it's Kingston picking Dragunov up and sending him back in. SmackDown's Kofi maybe looking for victory right here. Kofi heads up, tippy top rope, looking to fly, take out Dragunov, and what a crossbody cover. Lateral press, the immediate kick out by Dragunov. After all that offense, he took in the matchup already. Running STO by Ilya. And now Ilya at the corner, we're going to put Kingston away. Punches ticket to the quarterfinals. Here comes Dragunov now. Torpedo Moscow! That's the move that won him the NXT title for a matter of minutes. Covered by Ilya. Hook of the leg. Shoulders down on Kofi to advance. No, the kick at it too. And Kofi Kingston. What a fight. Not able to put him away just yet. It's Dragunov. Big shot, no counter by Kingston. Now it's Kofi Kingston. They send Ilya Dragunov around. In the corner. What's Kofi thinking? Just stomping away on him. Kingston, we've seen this before in the first round. Kofi, nice kick. Upside the top of the head. And now it's Kingston. The pick up on Dragunov. And now double full stomp on Ilya. And that section of Ilya going to be hurting, and Kofi looking to do more damage to it as he chants new day. The double leg drop by Kingston. Kofi now blows through out of the cover. Hook of the leg, shoulders down, and into the quarterfinals. The 2 and the kick out by Dragunov. Xavier Woods was also a part of the World Cup tournament, competing in the first round. He lost, however, unlike Kofi Kingston, as he lost to Damian Priest of Monday Night Raw, one half of the WWE Tag Team Champions, representing the Judgment Day, of course. As Priest will be in action here tonight as well to see if he can go to the quarterfinals. Dragunov, nice powerbomb there on Kofi, and now out from the opposite side of the ring. Ilya with the edge bomb, and that will do it. Dragunov into the cover. Hook of the leg, shoulders down, and go to the quarterfinals of the tournament. The 2 count, the kick out by Kingston. Oh wow, what a kick out, and Dragunov can't believe it. Neither can I, neither can that sold out crowd tonight in the World Cup Tournament Week 6. Kofi, penny predicament to steal the win here. On Ilya Dragunov. He's got him stacked up. The 2, the kick out by the Mad Dragon. Oh man, Kofi and Ilya both old men back to their feet. Now it's Dragunov, penny predicament, jackknife, cover, shoulders down, stacking him up. Dragunov to advance. The 2, the no. Kick out again. As Ilya stomp away, counter, Kingston runs in, nice. Roundhouse kick there on Ilya Dragunov. Backs him up into the corner. Ilya with a nice elbow. Back and forth action. Nice elbow by Kofi Kingston. Kingston walks in. A trouble in paradise. And Kofi in the cover. Hooks the leg. Shoulder down to advance. 2. The kick out. Oh wow, Ilya survives. A powerful kick out there from the Mad Dragon, as this one continuing on live tonight at the WWE World Cup Tournament. Kofi with a European uppercut on the Mad Dragon that time. Who's going to the quarterfinals? Who can get out of the round of 16? Who is going out in the round of 16? You don't want to be that man. And this matchup, abracadabra clothesline by Ilya Dragunov, turning into a Magic Man tonight. What a hell of a fight is Ilya now. Elbow drop avoided here by Kofi Kingston. Kofi now comes right back in with a big time forearm. Nice roundhouse kick, another roundhouse, Oh, Ilya went for another roundhouse. This time the counter by Dragunov, the big shot, the counter by Kofi. Kofi grabbing Ilya, SOS, that's how he beat Nathan Frazier in the first round. Can he advance to the quarterfinals? 2, 3, now Ilya kicks in, and this one continues in the WWE World Cup tournaments. Kofi wanting to put Dragunov away, the roundhouse kick. We're back live at the World Cup tournament tonight. Ilya Dragunov, torpedo Moscow. Out of nowhere, as we have 10 minutes gone by in this World Cup tournament matchup, as Dragunov laying out Kingston that time with the H-bomb. No need to run, just drop him on a shot, the cover, the 2, and Dragunov is going to the quarterfinals. What a matchup here at the World Cup tournament.
Here is your winner, Ilya Dragunov.
Congratulations going out to Ilya Dragunov. We'll see you next week in the quarterfinals as you will face the winner of the matchup coming up later on tonight. Speaking of later on though, your main event of the evening, Mexico's El Hijo del Vikingo collides with Japan's King of Strong Style, Shinsuke Nakamura. What a dream match we've got, NXT versus SmackDown on the horizon later on tonight, but it's time for a Raw versus SmackDown encounter. One half of the WWE Tag Team Champions of the Judgment Day, Damian Priest, take on MFT representative JC Mateo. That's Puerto Rico versus Hawaii. Battle of the Islands. That's next to the World Cup tournaments. We're back live at the WWE World Cup tournament. There you see one half of the WWE Tag Team Champions of the Judgment Day representing Puerto Rico, the Archer of Infamy, Damian Priest, able to knock off Xavier Woods in the first round of the World Cup tournament. As mentioned, let's see if we can get past the next round. going on to the quarterfinals, where he will face the winner of tonight's main event, whether that be Vikingo or Nakamura. But can Priest get there, or will it be JC Mateo? We'll soon find out. Priest's tag partner of the Judgment Day and his tag champion partner JD McDonough was also a part of the World Cup tournament representing his country of Ireland. He got eliminated in the first round though by Kyle O'Reilly of Canada, who is in action tonight against Rusev. And a big time upset win waiting to be happening for O'Reilly. Or will Rusev kill the fun out of the tournament for these fans tonight? It's Damian Priest waiting in the ring. We had a big time win over Woods. Let's see if we can get a big time win over a big time opponent representing SmackDown and the MFTs and the team that could be one step closer of being the next World Tag Team Champions over on the blue brand. Not represented by him, however, he is a singles performer in the group and he goes by the name of JC Mateo.
MFT from Honolulu, Hawaii, weighing in at 264 pounds, JC Mateo.
JC Mateo then defeating Apollo Crews in the first round of the WWE World Cup Tournament. And now he must collide with Damian Priest. Mateo's only had one singles victory in this series, that being against Apollo. He's lost against the likes of Roman Reigns, Jeff Hardy and AJ Styles. All much tougher opponents than Apollo Crews. Take nothing away from Apollo, but those men are on a whole other level than Crews. You could say the same about Damian Priest as well. It's going to be a tough matchup for both superstars here at the World Cup Tournament. But who will get out of the round of 16? Who will get in to the quarterfinals? To join Aleister Black, Obafemi, Chad Gable, Bobby Roode and Ilya Dragunov, who advanced earlier on in the previous matchup. It'll be a fun one here at the World Cup Tournament. Damian Priest looking ready, as does JC Mateo. 15-minute time limit set. The crowd hype for this one. SmackDown official Dan Engler has assigned the degrees for this contest. He rang the bell. Matchup on the way at the World Cup Tournament here in this one. 10 stare down between these two big men. Priest, you can see with a height advantage, but Mateo much more wider, much more maybe powerful than Priest. I guess time will tell as they lock horns here. Live at the World Cup Tournament, first time ever encounter between Raw and SmackDown, Priest and Mateo. Mateo got that arm ringer on Priest. Priest able to counter it now, arm ringer of his own on JC. Mateo able to counter it now, top wrist lock. These two men go back and forth. Damian Priest and JD McDonough able to knock off Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish. Bad Blood, Atlanta, Georgia retain the World Tag Team titles, or sorry, the WWE Tag Team titles, but it doesn't seem like the rivalry between the Judgment Day and the Undisputed Era is done, because this coming week on Monday Night Raw, Kyle O'Reilly, after having a battle Rusev later on tonight, he is going to go one-on-one with Finn Balor of the Judgment Day. It seems like the rivalry far from over and will bleed on into SummerSlam, but right now it's Damian Priest and JC in the World Cup Tournament going back and forth here. Mateo got the hammer on one half of the WWE Tag Team Champions. Damian Priest now turn it around. He's now got that side headlock. Priest has had great success here on Raw thus far, being the Tag Team Champions, winning most of the tag title matches with him and McDonough in them. It was only this past Saturday night at Bad Blood, or sorry, last Saturday night, where JD McDonough got the pinfall victory for the team, pinning Bobby Fish in the tag team title matchup with Devil Inside. Back into a waist lock here with Damian Priest on JC Mateo. And JC now going to get pinned, going to get rolled up here from Damian Priest. The schoolboy, the pin, the kick out by JC. And Damian Priest and Mateo again going to lock up. These two men loving their chain wrestling action as Priest takes the head of Mateo this time. There's no outside interference allowed here at the World Cup Tournament, so you see no JD McDonough, no Finn Balor, no Liv Morgan, no Raquel Rodriguez, none of the MFTs either, no Solo, Tama Tonga Loa, or the United States Champion Jacob Fatu. We found out last night Fatu going to be in one hell of a matchup at SummerSlam as he puts his United States Championship on the line against Drew McIntyre, who won a number one contendership fatal 4-way last night against Carmelo Hayes, Aleister Black and Samoa Joe. That is going down at SummerSlam. If Fatu is able to retain the US title against an opponent, he does not know who it will be. Coming up this coming week on SmackDown, as Fatu will host an open challenge to a mystery superstar who will accept the call for the US Championship this coming week on SmackDown. We'll find out. This coming Thursday night, but right now it's Damian Priest. Big shot with a leg right across the throat of Mateo, in control in this WWE World Cup matchup tonight and the round of 60. My goodness, and look at this. Damian Priest, look at that. Stomping away on him into the cover. Hook in the leg. Shoulders down here and a kick ya. JC Mateo. Mateo, nice kick that time. And JC, what a freaking European uppercut. Running in, and look at that. JC Mateo, this shooting star headbutt. We've seen that before, time and time again from JC. It's incredible every time that he's able to do so. And Mateo picking up Priest. Sends him hard into the corner, and Mateo going to bring him out the corner the hard way here with an overhead bell and a belly throw on Damian Priest. And Priest rolling to the outside of the ring trying to catch a breather. JC doesn't want to be out there with him, but Damian, big right hand, battling back on the floor, elbow right in the face. Believe he busted Mateo wide open. Is JC going to get dropped here against that barricade and going to get hung out to dry against that same barricade? By Damian Priest, midsection, first goes Mateo against the barricade. The crowd getting a great view of JC Mateo's ass in their faces to get stripped off. The barricade there is Priest, went for a tope, but out of bounds was Mateo. JC, nowhere to be seen there, no order on the pool that time for Damian Priest to win. For a rope assisted tope con Halo, couldn't get it as Priest. Now fighting back with JC on the outside of that clothesline by Damian. The Archer of Infamy absolutely rocking JC Mateo that time. Dan Engel continuing this count. Priest back in the ring, perhaps the count out victory. The count of 5 has hit. Making a count of 6 is Damian Priest. Waiting on him, and that's 10 Black Connect. The rope assisted tope on Hero 1 JC Mateo. Gets every last bit of it, and now it's Priest. Gonna send JC back into the squared circle here. Heading up high. Tippy top rope goes DP. And look at that! Nicely done. The twisting, spinning heel kick off the top. The cover, the 2 count and a kick out by JC Mateo with pretty much great ease, I will say, as Mateo. Oh my, JC rocking on. Running in and pouncing Priest, but both men are down here. Crucial part of that matchup. Who can capitalise first? It's going to be Mateo. Back to his feet. Clothesline and Priest again. Forearm shot and clothesline down on the canvas goes DP. And it was JC Mateo and that shooting star head, but again, this time covers Priest. Hook in the leg, shoulders down to advance into the quarterfinals, and Damian's going to kick ya. Damian Priest, a great star of NXT last season. JC Mateo just debuting into this series this season, and he could be put away right here as Priest. Elevated flatliner, cover on Mateo, scoring 2, they're going to the quarterfinals, and JC's going to power out. Mateo just in the nick of time, able to kick out of that one, but Damian's up to the top rope, doesn't seem to be done just yet. Priest, big time body splash up the top. Mateo hurting hard after that one, and Priest with stomp after stomp on JC now. Look at these incredible stomps. Priest, but Mateo able to get back to his feet, and now it's JC running in, European uppercut onto the Archer of Infinity. And now turns Damian Priest around. Got him exactly where he wants him. They're going to drop him down on the canvas. JC, cover, hook in the leg, shoulders down, scoring 2 off a relative looking Saito maneuver, but a kick out by Damian Priest, able to survive it. And JC now. Metal rope looking for the moonsault, moving out of the way is Priest. Unbelievable, he's able to do that moonsault. But Priest able to grab JC, looking to put away. This is what put away Xavier Woods in the first round. Can Priest punch his ticket to the quarterfinals with a razor's edge? Cover. Shays the Razor Ramon, his favourite of all time. Hook in the leg, shoulders down, the turret. JC kicks out. The kick out of the Razor's Edge. Priest is in disbelief, but wait a minute, down go the straps. Priest is pissed off, and it's all serious business now. No, but wait a minute, JC Mateo's in control. Look at JC. Oh man, all the way slam. Priest trying to make him his way over the ropes, trying to catch a breather, and that's one big elbow shot from Damian. And now it's Damian Priest Off the rope, we're going to put JC away. What a right hand, right in a moosh of Mateo. Mateo though back to his feet and now grabbing Priest and hitting Tour of the Islands to advance for his Islands through the quarterfinals. No, Priest kicks out. Oh, what a near fall that time. The Archer of Infamy survives it, but his back is going to be an agony. But wait a minute, Mateo just clotheslined the referee, Dan Engler. They fish, job avoided. Damien Priest, where the hell's he going? All the way to the top rope. Dan Engler's down. Damien Priest up to the top. What the hell is Priest thinking here? And Priest for the second time. Off the top rope. Spinning heel kick by Priest. And now Damien Priest with a rebound off and a clothesline against the ropes by DP. Mateo to his feet. JC nowhere to go. Priest gizzles on by the floor and now south of heaven connects and that'll do it. Priest going to advance to the quarterfinals. Hook in the leg, shoulders down, damn ankle in position. There's two. And Damien Priest does it off the slow count and all. Priest is going to the quarterfinals in the World Cup tournament.
Here is your winner, Damien Priest.
Priest will now be keeping a close eye on tonight's main event. What a main event it'll be between Vikingo and Nakamura as he's getting the winner in the quarterfinals. But up next, your penultimate showdown of the matchup, one half of the Undisputed Era take on, 1/4 of the Undisputed Era take on 1/3 of Imperium, Kyle O'Reilly of Canada, taking on Rusev of Bulgaria next at the WWE World Cup Tournament Week 6. The round of 16 rolls on. Who's going to go into the quarterfinals in the round of 8? Will it be the surprise winner of Kyle O'Reilly, perhaps?
To the ring from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, weighing in at 228 pounds, Kyle O'Reilly.
We mentioned that Kyle O'Reilly defeated JD McDonough in surprising fashion, an upset win in the first round of the World Cup tournament. Let's see if he can get even a bigger upset against even a bigger opponent in Rusev. It's coming up next in the World Cup tournament. Don't go anywhere, folks. We're back live at the WWE World Cup tournament as here comes the Bulgarian Brute. Of course, representing Bulgaria and Imperium. And he is in a bad mood after losing a big tag main event this past Monday night on Raw, where him and Ludwig Kaiser were unable to knock off Gunther's SummerSlam opponent Kurt Angle and Boston's own John Cena on Raw from Boston this past Monday night. But Rusev going to focus his anger on Kyle O'Reilly tonight. It's not going to be a good night for Kyle, I don't think. It wasn't a good night for Cesaro either in the first round of the World Cup tournament, where Rusev was able to put the Swiss Superman away. Let's see if he can put Kyle O'Reilly away all the same tonight. O'Reilly in for a fight of his life, but clearly one of the biggest underdogs in this tournament. Can the underdog story continue as Rusev though jumping O'Reilly before the bell? And it's Raw official Daphne LeShawn assigned the news for this contest between these two Raw stars. Rusev now decimating O'Reilly. Big flying headbutt by Rusev, and now the Brute just launching O'Reilly down to the canvas. Man, days. Rusev now the pick up now into the corner. Just running right through him like a freight train. Kyle O'Reilly might not have a lot of offense in this matchup as Rusev now focusing his anger on the tag match lost this past Monday night. Of course, it was Ludwig Kaiser taking the pin. The hometown boy John Cena. But going down at SummerSlam, it's going to be Kurt Angle challenging Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship title versus career. If Angle wins, he becomes World Heavyweight Champion and gets his final championship wraps of his career here in this series. Or if Gunther wins, Ludwig Kaiser, Rusev will all be happy because Gunther will be the man that retires Kurt Angle, and Angle's career in the ring will be over. Kyle O'Reilly there with a nice tope con hilo there on Rusev, who is fighting back in this matchup. Going to have to use his speed and agility to get the win. Top rope from Kyle O'Reilly. Oh, can he get the drop kick there? It's Rusev going to catch him. Almost like a match got kicked to the back of the net. And Rusev after the leg of Kyle and a dropping it down. Man. What a nice SummerSlam. There's going to be a lot of great matches have been announced for that card thus far. And a lot more to be announced in the next coming weeks as Rusev launches Kyle O'Reilly down. Can Rusev get into the next stage? of the World Cup tournament. Or will it be Kyle O'Reilly as the winner? This goes to the quarterfinals to take on NXT's Mad Dragon, Ilya Dragunov. As right now, Kyle O'Reilly now a submission on Rusev. We've seen him do this before. In previous encounters, O'Reilly got the arm of Rusev, choking his own opponent, but the Brute gonna fade out of it, elbowing away. And at the top of the head and the face of Kyle O'Reilly. They call him cool, Kyle O'Reilly. They call him the MVP, the standout of the Undisputed Era. Well, he is getting decimated right now by Rusev. And Rusev out of the cover, shoulders down, as the Brute of Imperium looking to advance, and a kick out by Kyle that time. Kyle O'Reilly has got a big matchup this coming week on Monday Night Raw. Can he remain healthy for that one? As he takes on Finn Balor at the Judgment Day. As we mentioned, the never-ending rivalry this season between the Undisputed Era and Judgment Day seemingly going to continue on. Following Bad Blood, that wasn't the end of that chat. Throws O'Reilly back into a submission. Once again, using the arm of Rusev to try and choke out his own opponent with it. And definitely shot is right there to see if Rusev will tap it or pass out to the pin. This will be a major upset if Rusev gives in here. And he's not going to. Rusev again elbowing away on Kyle O'Reilly. And Rusev runs into the Mashka kick, and that might be it already. Rusev off the Mashka kick. 3 minutes have gone by. That might be all she wrote. No, but O'Reilly survives. O'Reilly got a lot more resilience than that in the tank, ladies and gentlemen. Rusev gonna grab Kyle, the Irish whip, and sends him in the corner and is stomping away on O'Reilly. Fading back off the kicks, and I watch Kyle O'Reilly running, and I got him there. Almost like a Triple H knee. That time from Kyle O'Reilly. And now Kyle up to the top rope. Rusev down and out on the canvas. O'Reilly double foot stomp. Oh, both men are hurting, including O'Reilly. Can he capitalise here? Crucial part of the matchup here. Live at the WWE World Cup Tournament. And your penultimate matchup. Your main event will be following this matchup tonight between El Hijo del Vikingo and Shinsuke Nakamura. Winner getting Damian Priest in the quarterfinals. Meaning all quarterfinal matches will be set in stone for next week on NXT. On the World Cup Tournament. As O'Reilly again. Yet another submission. Sleeper hold on a standing Rusev. O'Reilly with a submission game on point tonight. Will Rusev give in now? Oh, no, he won't. Rusev jawbreaker fighting out of it on Kyle O'Reilly. Now watch Rusev. Got a 90 here. He's already hit a Mashka kick. What else is he going to hit on Kyle O'Reilly? A big spinning set out slam. There's Rusev. Drops O'Reilly down. That might be enough for victory. Shoulders down. Pinning predicament. There's two. No, and another kick out by O'Reilly. And the crowd is rooting on Kyle of Canada tonight to advance in the World Cup Tournament. He wants to win it not just for his country but also for the Undisputed Era. And to get a shot at a World Championship here on Raw. Imagine O'Reilly and Gunther. That could happen if O'Reilly goes the distance, especially after beating Rusev. Next knee that time off the middle rope of O'Reilly. Up to the top rope. Looking for the knee drop off the top. Got him right in the throat, and Kyle O'Reilly may be closing in a major upset victory. The cover, the hook of the leg, the shoulders down, the 2 count, the kick out from Rusev as 10 minutes have gone by. 5 minutes have gone by. We've got 10 minutes left of this WWE World Cup Tournament matchup tonight. On the round of 16, O'Reilly, middle rope, meteor by Kyle. Oh, go back into the cover, Rusev wisely. Going out of the ring, going on landing the apron now. Kyle with a big shot, no counter. Rusev with a forearm comes back in. And now it's Rusev on the big shots. And Rusev, short arm, lariat. On a Kyle O'Reilly now picked up. Rusev, oh goodness, look at that poop. Kyle O'Reilly away, O'Reilly up, wanna be there. The inverted Alabama slamming now into the accolade. O'Reilly in trouble. Will he tap it here? Passed out to the pin. If he does, Rusev will advance into the quarterfinals of the WWE World Cup Tournament and will face Ilya Dragunov. And said quarterfinals. Definitely Sean. The Raw official is right there to see if O'Reilly will tap out here. Will he give in? Rusev has got it cinched in tight, but somehow Kyle O'Reilly is fighting again. What an incredible performance from O'Reilly. Shoulders down on Rusev. Penny predicament. Crucifix. That's how he beat JD McDonald. It's a kick out by Rusev. Another double axe handle to the back by O'Reilly. Back up to the top rope. Kyle has got a huge win in his bag, perhaps. What an upset this could be. O'Reilly. Oh, get that kick. Did he get all of it? The kick off the top. Maybe he wants to do it again. He didn't get all of that kick. Rusev has been rocked. He's already lost this past week. Yeah, he didn't take the pin, but if he take the pin here, what an embarrassment that'll be for Rusev and Imperium. It's Kyle O'Reilly, what are they going to do for the upset? The kick off the top, the two, the kick out by Rusev. Oh, it still isn't done. But poor Kyle O'Reilly, as O'Reilly keeps having to keep fighting here against Rusev in a turnaround, and now it's Rusev with forearm after forearm. Off the ground and pound on Kyle O'Reilly. After the legs now, and oh goodness. A deadlift powerbomb by Rusev. O'Reilly might be absolutely rocked, but O'Reilly's fighting back in the clothesline set to the outside of the ring. Oh man, O'Reilly is absolutely going crazy in this one tonight. O'Reilly off the apron with a forearm. Taking out Rusev. Get him back in and put him away, Kyle. What a massive victory this could be for O'Reilly. Back to the top. Scaling the ropes. Rusev getting on his feet. O'Reilly double axe hammer out of the way. Rusev with a Moscow kick. And just like that, it'll be over for Kyle. Let's open the back. And now the accolade will busted open on the Spirit Era member. O'Reilly in trouble. Nowhere to go. Will he tap it and pass out to the pin? Here's the second accolade applied by Rusev. If Rusev wins this here, O'Reilly taps it or passes out. But definitely Sean Cornett, he'll advance in the quarterfinals, and he does. Rusev advances at the next stage in the tournament. What a hard-hitting matchup that was, and what a hard-hitting matchup it's going to be between Rusev and Dragunov in the quarterfinals next week. But wait a minute, Rusev with the accolade on Kyle O'Reilly. He ain't done. He's sending a message to his next opponent. Here we are, Dragunov. Well, Benjamin going down next week. Damian Priest is going to be taking on El Hijo del Vikingo or Shinsuke Nakamura, depending on who wins tonight's main event, as the round of 8, the quarterfinals, begin next week in the penultimate episode of the WWE World Cup Tournament. Following that, another big David vs. Goliath matchup. Bronson Reed of Australia taking on Chad Gable of the United States of America in the quarterfinals. Also in the quarterfinals, here we are, Dragunov and Rusev, as we just found out what a titanic tussle. Two big heavy hitters from similar areas in the world. Here we have Russia, Rusev of Bulgaria, battling next week, and in next week's main event is Aleister Black of the Netherlands taking on Nigeria's ruler Obafemi. A SmackDown vs NXT encounter next week in the main event and the quarterfinals of the World Cup Tournament. All that and so much more next week, but coming up next, folks, it is now time for your main event of the evening. Let's find out who is rounding out the quarterfinals. El Hijo del Vikingo of Mexico battle Shinsuke Nakamura of Japan next in your main event of Week 6 of the World Cup Tournament. And here comes the first of two combatants in this main event. The man we saw this past week on NXT failed to capture the NXT North American Championship from Ricky Saints. Let's see if he can get a win back here tonight in your main event live in the World Cup Tournament. The Vikingo had such a great showing this past week against Ricky Saints on NXT, but he doesn't want to have two back-to-back losses like the Celtic Warrior Sheamus did last week, losing on Raw to Seth Rollins and then losing in the World Cup Tournament to Australia's big Bronson Reed. The Vikingo doesn't want that same fate to affect him. As it was in the first round, he was able to knock off Julius Creed in the last match in the first round. Well, he's also getting the last match of the round of 16, but he'll be competing in the first match of the quarterfinals if he gets there against Damian Priest. But if Nakamura does, it'll be Nakamura Priest in the first matchup next week and the quarterfinal stages of this prestigious World Cup Tournament. As though you see, Vikingo ready for an absolute war tonight in your main event, the World Cup Tournament. Slowly and surely wrapping up this tournament. Next week is going to be the quarterfinals, and then week 8 the semi-finals and finals. Wrapping up this tournament. Certainly going to be an annual thing, I'll tell you that. Probably going to do another one next year, or maybe another tournament similar to this, but maybe not entirely World Cup. Maybe we'll find out, who knows. But here comes the opponent of El Hijo del Vikingo, representing Japan and a brand of SmackDown, the inaugural Intercontinental Champion of last season. The Shinobi Assassin has arrived.
Japan, weighing in at 220 pounds,
Shinsuke Nakamura then, defeating Grayson Waller, the Aussie icon of Australia, in the first round of the WWE World Cup Tournament. Can he stick around for Japan, as both Mexico and Japan only have these two men representing them as of now, as Akira Tozawa of Japan and Dragon Lee of Mexico were both eliminated in the first round by Bronson Reed and Obafemi respectively. Let's see who will advance into the round of 16. We know Damian Priest already in, representing Puerto Rico. We know we have Dragunov as well, representing Russia. Rusev representing Bulgaria. Chad Gable representing America, United States of America. Bronson Reed representing Australia. Obafemi representing Nigeria. And Aleister Black representing the Netherlands. That is 7 different countries going to be joined by an 8th different country for the final 8 in the World Cup Tournament. And it will all begin next week, right here live on KO Productions. Now, what a main event this is going to be. It's episode 78 of this series. Thank you everybody for joining us and supporting the channel. We're going to be continuing to give you some of the best matches here in this series and give you some great content that you can enjoy at home. Right now, Nakamura with a death stare, ready to fight it out with El Hijo del Vikingo. First time ever encounter. What a dream matchup this one's gonna be live. I'm coughing already. My throat is already hurting just thinking about how incredible this matchup's gonna be. A dream matchup as the 15-minute time limit is now set in stone. Nakamura and Vikingo getting off to the races. Here we go. Bell has been rung. Matchup on the way. NXT official Felix Hernandez assign the duties for this one. Who is gonna get the Duke? Vikingo, Nakamura. Vikingo extends the hand. Nakamura accepts. Oh, but Shinsuke with a cheap shot. I didn't think Shinsuke would have accepted that. He did for a split second until getting Vikingo off guard. But now it's Vikingo waistlock on Shinsuke Nakamura. Vikingo wrenching away, and now it's El Hijo del Vikingo. Penny predicament here on Shinsuke and a kick out off of the schoolboy. Back into a lockup here with this one. Truly up to the races here tonight in your main events. Vikingo screwing off. Nakamura SmackDown. Vikingo of NXT. Who's going to go into the quarterfinals to join Damian Priest, Dragunov, Rusev, Gable, Bronson Reed, Obafemi, and Aleister Black. And look at that Nakamura. And a drop him. Could very well be Shinsuke. Oh, but now it's Vikingo into a headlock after Nakamura got him with a headlock takedown. Now off the ropes goes Vikingo, courtesy of Shinsuke. Back body drop. And now Nakamura trying to slow down the pace of this contest already. Trying to slow down the fast pace of Vikingo before he can even get started with his fast paced attacks. And what better way to slow down the pace of a matchup than using the best move and all of professional wrestling, the neck crank. Beautifully done by Shinsuke Nakamura, who's back on the offensive now, back into a lockup on the luchador Vikingo. Back and forth here is Vikingo. Got the arm of Shinsuke Nakamura. Well, an arm wringer able to wrench it again, and now the top wrist lock here on Shinsuke. Wrenching away time and time again here in this one. Look at that, more wrenching by Vikingo. Shinsuke is in trouble. Vikingo looking to put this one away. As Nakamura trying desperately to get out of this predicament right here. Vikingo is, a lot of people say he is one of the best high-flying superstars, but a lot of people seem to forget he is a great technical wrestler, and he's showing that right here against one of the other greats, and Shinsuke Nakamura, one of the best strikers in the game as well as Shinsuke. And Shinsuke now got the arm of Vikingo this time. And wrenching away as Shinsuke Nakamura. What a beautiful elbow strike. That time from Nakamura. Nakamura wrenching away on Vikingo. Vikingo now out of sorts here. Live in the World Cup Tournament. Got that hammer lock. As Nakamura cinching it in tight. On a Vikingo tonight in this main event. Vikingo out of it, back into a hammerlock of his own. Crowd on fire all night long. What a hell of a night it's been, what a hell of a week it's been. Great action on Raw this past week. NXT as well as off the charts. SmackDown last night was chaotic. Roman Reigns and CM Punk seeming to make a match of official for SummerSlam, as well as Jacob Fatu and Drew McIntyre for the United States Championship. Of course, on the Raw side, Kurt Angle and Gunther going at it for the world title at SummerSlam. Career versus title. Nakamura wrenching away with that headlock on Vikingo, and it could be over for Leo Del Vikingo in this one. It's Shinsuke Nakamura. Wait a minute, Vikingo off the ropes. Look at Vikingo go all the way over. There's the backstabber. There's the high flying ability we were talking about. It's Vikingo finally able to execute some of it. Running in, double axe handle on Shinsuke, and there's the run again. Springboard Phoenix Splash, the cover. 2. Kick out by Shinsuke Nakamura. Oh, wow. He almost had it right there and then, ladies and gentlemen. As now it's Vikingo stomping away this time. On to Nakamura. Irish whip sends Shinsuke out of the corner on Nakamura. Able to counter that time as Vikingo went for the big kicks in the corner. Shinsuke now going to drop him in. Oh, it's Nakamura got a main too. Uh-oh, we've seen this before from Shinsuke. The big time knee. Hung him out to dry on the top. Right after the midsection of Vikingo, and what a knee right across the face, cover from NXT referee Felix Hernandez. 2 count, kick out by Vikingo. Nakamura got off guard off that kick out. We're going to have to keep on the offensive here. On to El Hijo del Vikingo. In a great battle with Ricky Saints this past Tuesday night on NXT. Will that be enough for Shinsuke Nakamura to capitalise on maybe an injury of Vikingo from that match? Will Vikingo be able to roll through the pain? Vikingo nice Frankensteiner followed by an Arabian press moonsault. The cover, the hook of the leg, the shoulder down, and go to the quarterfinals. My kick out. Many people will say it would be an upset if Vikingo would beat Shinsuke Nakamura, just because Nakamura, a decorated champion here in this series, the inaugural Intercontinental Champion. As 5 minutes has gone by here in your main event tonight. Big stomp moving out the way. Nakamura with a clothesline, sending Vikingo right in the corner. And as Shinsuke, I know exactly what he's got in mind here. The vibrations onto Vikingo, stomping away on the Mexican superstar. Shinsuke picks up Vikingo, big shot, turns him round, and Nakamura with the inverted exploder. Shinsuke feeling the hype of that one. Nakamura now shooting the half, hooking the leg, shoulders down. This could do it here. Score in 2, and a kick out by Vikingo. Nakamura not yet advancing into the quarterfinals. Not into the round of 8 just yet. But back and forth, a nice kick from Vikingo, and Vikingo, oh, he tried this against Ricky Saints. He did it on Ricky Saints. He's tried it again against Nakamura. He couldn't get it. Went for the springboard off the bottom rope and get him with a Frankensteiner or a poison run around it. It's Vikingo stomping away, catching the boot of Shinsuke, kicking away at Nakamura. And now Vikingo waiting on the king of strong style. The Shinobi assassin, the sinister assassin of Shinsuke Nakamura, and the sinister samurai get absolutely dropped. And there is that poison run off the springboard by Vikingo, who scales the ropes. Heading up, tippy top. Nakamura gets set out with a frog splash by Vikingo with the cover. Hook in the leg, shoulders down, sensational splash for victory and a kick out of 2 by Shinsuke Nakamura. Went for the win right there, did Vikingo. Vikingo go back up to the tippy top here. Looking for victory once more, and there's the Meteor off the top. He tried that against Ricky. He moved out of the way, and Ricky caught him in NXT with a Rochambeau. Will he get the win here though? A kick out by Nakamura. That's how Vikingo lost this past week. But he connected the Meteor. Couldn't get the victory though against Shinsuke. Another Arabian press moonsault, knees up by Nakamura, who counters, and Nakamura runs into a big time shot by Shinsuke. Got him single leg boot by Nakamura, heading up middle rope to put Vikingo in the rear view mirror and head into the quarterfinals to take on Damian Priest next week here at the World Cup Tournament. Double knee, Kinshasa off the middle rope, the cover, the hook of the leg, the shoulders down, the 2 count, the kick out by the NXT superstar. Oh, well, the luchador Vikingo, originally from AAA, now the NXT star. Kicking out of a Kinshasa, which has put away numerous competitors, especially Will Nakamura was the Intercontinental Champion earlier on last season. And Nakamura got him against the ropes, kneeing him now, and now Vikingo trying to Scratching, crawl his way out of the ring, but Nakamura is going to bring him out the ring the hard way for him. A massive knee strike of Vikingo somehow battling back on the floor with a spinning kick and a massive meteora. And now on the outside, Vikingo on the apron looking to fly. We've seen him do this before, but we saw it as early as this past week, and we'll see it again. Off that top, taking him out. Like an 054 type thing. Inverted moonsault off the springboard by Vikingo, and now Vikingo back in the ring looking to fly. Referee continuing his count at 6, and now there's Vikingo, no! But out of bounds. No water in the pool. Vikingo though, right back after on the outside with a Mexican Destroyer and folding Nakamura. Like an accordion on the floor. Holy hell. And Vikingo now. Backing up Shinsuke Nakamura and drops on face first. Off the apron. Count of 4 from Felix Hernandez. Vikingo back in now. It's Nakamura. Taken out on the outside. Here's Vikingo. What's he thinking here? Vikingo gonna get him, and he got it that time. That's all big, O'Neal. I'm not sure if he got all of it, but surely he got enough to keep Nakamura down and knock him down on the canvas. And now, out of the ring. Vikingo looking for victory. We saw him do this past week on NXT. He's gonna do it again. The springboard and the dragon run and spanking Nakamura on the top of his skull. The cover. Shoulders down on the quarterfinals. This could do it. The 2. The kick out by Nakamura. What a fight tonight. In your main event of the evening. Vikingo drop kick avoided by Shinsuke. And Shinsuke looking for the Duke. But imagine Damian Priest looking on closely to see who will face in the quarterfinals next week. It could be Shinsuke who hits the landslide in a pinning predicament now with Vikingo. Shoulders down, got him here. 2, 3, no! Vikingo survives again. After being beaten this past week, he doesn't want it again, and he's showing some hell of resilience this evening. As 10 minutes have gone by your main event in this WWE World Cup Tournament battle tonight in around the 16th. Vikingo laying out Nakamura with a big time slam. And now he's in the drop zone. Vikingo, top rope, to push Shinsuke Nakamura away. 630 senton connecting Nakamura. Hook of the leg, shoulders down, scoring 2 for the upset. Nakamura kicks out of it. Are you kidding me? Unable to knock Vikingo off, and a cage shot sliding nowhere. Shinsuke, cover, hooks the leg. 2, 3, no! That was Vikingo kicks out. What an unbelievable battle between Mexico and Japan. And that's banger of a main event as Nakamura just drop kicked the referee Felix Hernandez. And Shinsuke on the poison mist. Poison mist by Nakamura. The red mist right on the eyes of Vikingo. Referee now getting up in a big knee in the corner of Citadel heel. They'll be Vikingo not like this. Nakamura by hook or crook is going to the quarterfinals. 2. No, the kick out of the slow count. A benefited Vikingo. It helped him to stay alive in this one. Oh, but Nakamura stomping away on El Hijo del Vikingo. What a fight this has been tonight. Dragon screw leg whip by Vikingo that time. And then Vikingo backing up. Shinsuke Nakamura, what's he thinking here? You're going to send him into the corner. Vikingo here going absolutely crazy. Oh goodness. Middle rope, Vikingo, German suplex, Nakamura down on the canvas, now Vikingo on the tippy top rope, looking to fly with a shooting star press. Oh man, we've only got 3 minutes left in this World Cup Tournament matchup. Vikingo not done just yet, though, with a second shooting star press on Nakamura, determined to go to the quarterfinals, but again, looking for a hat-trick. Vikingo, 3 shooting stars in a row, off the top cover by Vikingo, look at the leg, shoulders down the 2, and he got it, what a win, what an upset. Vikingo's going to the quarterfinals.
Here is your winner,
Well, what a hell of a matchup and what a hell of a victory and upset, some could say, for Vikingo getting past Nakamura tonight and next week. He moves on to a date with Destiny with Raw's Damian Priest in the quarterfinals of the WWE World Cup Tournament. Congratulations, Vikingo. That's all we have time for tonight. Thank you very much for joining us tonight live on week 6 of the WWE World Cup Tournament.